Ah, yes, romantic comedy anime. The types of animes we watch because they can't find any love or romantic connection in real life. So here's some of my favorite rom-com anime of all time. Also, even if the show doesn't have a comedy tag in it, I'm still gonna put it in. Because let's be honest, 90% romance anime with comedy in it aren't even funny. If you haven't watched this movie yet, what are you doing? Go watch it. It's legit the best romance anime movie of all time. Even normal people have heard about this movie. That's how good it is. I don't think any other romance anime movie has come close to this movie's level. This movie was released in 2016 and until this day, this movie is still the best romance anime movie. They somehow turn a simple concept and a story into a masterpiece. The whole story of Your Name is honestly pretty simple. The movie just talks about a schoolgirl from a small town in Japan that's poor, and she wants to be a boy from Tokyo that is cute. Then we have a guy that's from Tokyo that's struggling. He's working and doing all the typical adult stuff. Then one day they switch bodies with each other, and this switching idea isn't new at all. This idea has been done by another anime before. Then the couple started to learn a lot about each other and their struggles. They even communicated by writing words on each other's faces. Bro, this show predicted Twitch's new meta. Then some random meteor just came out of nowhere. They stopped it, meet each other, then said the title of the show and the end. But the simplicity part of the movie is what made it so great. A lot of other romance anime movies try to make their movie super complicated and it doesn't work. Plus to add to that, the movie just looks so beautiful. Everything about it looks great. I don't understand anything about the dance at all or anything about Japan, but I enjoy it simply because of how nice it looks. And the music is like the best part of the movie for me. The music just elevates the movie into a whole new level. And if I was being real, if the music wasn't that good, this movie wouldn't have been a masterpiece in my eyes. I have spent more time listening to the music of this movie than watching the movie itself. If you haven't watched this movie yet, just go watch it. It's literally the best romance anime movie ever. This is a super underrated show. I don't know why a lot of people don't like this show. It's great. I guess the reason why is because of the cover. Because when I watch a show, I would look at the cover of the show first, then see if I want to watch it or not. And I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but come on, if I'm watching a rom-com anime, I better see at least one girl with huge titties on the cover. If not, I ain't watching it. Or it could be that the main character is relatable to the audience that's watching it, and they just can't stand watching themselves in action. The MC of this show is kind of like Tomoko, but a little bit better. Tomoko completely has social anxiety. He just doesn't know basic human interaction. At first, when I was watching this show, I felt almost the same feeling as I did with Watamone, but the reason why I can stand this show is because the MC wasn't that bad. He just doesn't understand how to be a normal functioning human in society, and that is legit like most weebs. Like for real, most weebs should watch this show. It would legit teach them basic social skills. Like this show should be more popular because more weebs need this. This show would legit teach you basic social interaction. Now I understand 99.99% of everyone who's watching this show is not gonna be like the MC where they're a pro gamer and they just happen to meet a cute girl through that game. However, if you watch the show, it will teach you how to have a conversation with people, and that's the important part. Weebs need this. Even I have learned something from this show. And if you don't have money for new clothes or to cut your hair or to buy food at a restaurant, you can still learn how to start a conversation with someone and continue that conversation with this show. But for real though, I think most weebs should watch this show. It could literally change some people's life, even by just a little bit. I'm pretty sure this is the only rom-com anime or just anime in general that have taught me something that I can use in real life. I truly believe 95% weebs should watch this anime so they can understand how to go through life as a normal person. I don't know why people gave this show a 7.14 on Mount. It's legit a solid 8 out of 10 anime at least, and it actually brings something new to the table rather than all of the recycled romance comedy school shows. The people that scored this show low is the same type of people that would score Watamone low. This show is teaching weebs how to improve themselves as a person, and just because the MC is somewhat relatable to them, they're hating on it. I don't even watch it for the romance. I watch it because I want to learn a thing or two from it. I want to see the MC improve as a person. And speaking of improving, next we got Rent a Girlfriend. And yes, I know, why do I like this trash show? At this point of this series, everyone's hating on this show. Some people are literally calling the author a creep, which is not completely wrong, but I don't think he's a creep. I think he's playing the whole entire anime community. I think he's doing all these things on purpose to get attention for this show. And if his shows gets more views, it equals more sales equals more money. Hate gets views whether you like it or not. He's getting pretty much every big anime YouTuber to talk about this manga and tweeting about it. He's basically getting the whole community to talk about this show. I'm not a big YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination, nor do I think I will ever be in my whole entire life, but even I'm talking about it. I've made like 3 videos on it, and this is my 4th time talking about it. I mean, if you think about it for a second, right? What is his worker friends and family are gonna think about him when they see him post this kind of things? Like, if Reiji was creepy for real, I don't think he would show this publicly. It would damage all of his relationship through his life. It would literally destroy his life. I don't think he would do this. This is what's probably happening. I'm a conspiracy theorist, alright? This is just a theory, so don't take my word 100% on this. I don't think he is weird or insane. Like, I truly believe he's probably doing all of these things for marketing purposes. He's probably making millions off the hate. I mean, people are talking about this series more now than ever. When the show was good, it was popular, but not as popular as right now, where it's completely trash. The whole entire anime community knows about this show now because of how bad it is. So I truly believe he's just doing this to get views and attention. But if he's not, if he's actually doing this all for real, I hope he gets better. But with Reiji out of the way, why do I like this show? Listen, the anime is still great right now. I still enjoy it. I know when everyone knows that the manga is trash, but the anime is still great. And even though I have given up on the manga, I still think the anime isn't bad at all. I just hope that they cut out 150 pointless chapters of the manga and just add the main part of the story in the anime. Other than this, there's not much for me to talk about with this series. The manga is a complete disappointment. The story is still getting nowhere. Kazuya is still a loser, probably even more now. The girls are all trash basically except for Sumi and maybe Mami. Chizuru is okay in my eyes, and just make Ruka disappear. The anime is going strong and great, but the fans are hating it because of the manga. The JV is better than the live action version itself, and Reiji is probably swimming in money from this series right now. This show is actually a funny rom-com anime. Like, the comedy tag actually is true with this show, and this show is probably one, if not the best rom-com anime of all time. The whole concept of this show is very simple, but the way that they execute every moment of this show is what makes the show so great. The basis of this show is both of them are too scared to confess their love, and the reason they don't want to confess is because they're scared of embarrassment. The way that they made every joke for every scene is great. The jokes that this show made is actually very funny, and I think it's because they made everything super over the top and exaggerated. And Chika. I've talked about her before in one of my videos, but holy heck, she is amazing. Every time she would show up, it would be super funny. She sets up most of the jokes in the show, and some of the funniest moments, or most of the funniest moments in the show came from her. I feel like she's carrying most of this show's weight. She even carried the OVA. She's like the ultimate supporting character, and as much as I like the other character, none of them can compare to her. She has so much talent and skill. I think without Chika, Love is War would not be a masterpiece of an anime. She is a walking meme. Every time the show would get boring and I feel like I want to click off, she pops up, does some stupid things, and makes me want to watch more. I know with the current state of the show right now, the assistant is like the #1 girl, but I think everyone's just overhyping her. She's great, I like her as well, but she's in Chika's level. And like, to be honest with you guys, when I watch this show, I just want to see some funny stuff. I don't care too much about the romance at all. The jokes of this show blow the romance part out of the way. Maybe this is why I'm seeing Chika from a different light. I think if I like the show for the romance, I'll probably like the other characters more. But overall, this show is a masterpiece. All the characters are funny and great, and it's just a fun show to watch all around. This anime hurt my feelings so much, man. Like, this show had a very good ending, but my feelings were still hurt. And I just want to say thank God this series isn't a hentai. People will be outraged if the ending was a hentai ending, but now that I think about it, watching people's outrage would be hilarious. So I kind of wish they had that kind of hentai ending. You know, the part where the ugly bastard comes in and NTR's the main character. But for real though, I haven't been through a relationship all my life and probably never will. But if I would picture a healthy, successful relationship, this will probably be it. Not exactly like this, but pretty close to this. This is probably the most realistic romance anime ever. Like, there are no superpowers, no disease, no cringiness, no body switching, nothing of that sort. It was just two people meeting each other awkwardly, helping each other through hard times, staying loyal, then moving in together, and having a family. It's so realistic, and the way that every scene of this show was made hits the audience feelings very hard. But watching these two going through this relationship really makes me feel like the third wheel. Like, I swear, sometimes I would be so invested in the show, I would pause the show and just think to myself, like, I'm not even kidding, I would be on my phone or computer screen watching this, and I would pause it and just think of how to fix this situation. This show made me feel so involved in their relationship. I don't know, maybe I'm super lonely and weird, that's why I think like this. But anyways, the show made every scene look super clean, especially the rain part. Just seeing these two progressing through their relationship is a nice change of pace from all the other rom-com shows for once. And I hate to say this, but I learned a lot about relationship through this show. Man, I'm so lonely. I know parasocial relationship is bad and it's not real, but whenever I watch the show, I feel like I have some kind of parasocial relationship with these characters. Like, I want to see what happens after they had their kids. You know, I'm gonna stop talking about this show. This is getting sad for me very quick. Okay, I can explain. Sometimes it's just fun to enjoy some trash, alright? I don't know, man. I hate to say this, but I enjoy every episode of this show, alright? I know, I'm a sick freak. Alright, the reason why I like this show is because, bruh, how can I explain this without being a complete weirdo? I just enjoy the fact that the brother is trying to help out his little stepsister, stepping out of her comfort zone. Don't judge me. I like that the brother is working super hard to pay the bills and cooking for her, alright? Bro, this show is the definition of trash. I don't know why. Is there something wrong with me? Probably is. Like, this dude is coming so close to basically having sex with this lolly, and the lolly is his sister, and I'm enjoying it. What is wrong with me? I don't think the show is funny or romantic at all, but I enjoy it so much. This is the type of trash shows I know for a fact I shouldn't like, but I like it. You know what? Next show, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll say this, it's one of my favorite rom-com anime of all time. Don't question me. My taste in anime is great, alright? And I'm not a weirdo.
Stop the cap.
Bro, why did she have to die? Why? I don't know how she's not on everyone's favorite waifu tier list. Like, she probably qualifies to be an S tier waifu. At least A tier for some. She's like Morin but has a disease. Like, if you watch this movie and My Dress Up Darling, the personality is almost the same. Except one doesn't throw their assets out and the other does. Bro, when she passed away, I was so sad. She basically changed his whole man's life before passing away. She was his first ever friend and girlfriend. She played games with him. She got his family member to know that he has a friend. She taught him how to communicate and have fun with others. And overall, she made the MC a way better person. She's legit best girl. She was the only reason I watched the whole movie. But with her out of the way, the movie is great. The animation is freaking amazing. I like the MC. By the end of the movie, he has improved a lot as a human being, which I like. I hate it when an MC doesn't improve. Dude will probably go to college and get a career. Hopefully not a lot of hoes though. He better be with her forever. I don't care if she's gone. The movie did a great job with the build up towards the end, which everyone knows the ending already. I think this movie did very well with making the audience feel sad, just like Your Lie in April. However, I think what the movie is missing for it to be a masterpiece is the music. The music is okay in my opinion. I don't know. I think the music just needs to hit harder. If the music was on Your Name level, I think this movie will be a masterpiece. But other than the music, this movie is basically a masterpiece. And I don't know why, but this movie has gotten a lot of attention over time. Like, this movie should explode in popularity with how good it is. But it didn't at the beginning. I guess it's because of bad marketing. That's probably it. All I'm saying is this movie should be more popular at the beginning when it released. I don't even know if this counts as a romance anime. I know there's some romance into it where Fuki likes to MC, but even then it's not really romantic in my opinion because they made a joke out of every romantic scene. But I'll count it as a romance anime anyways. I know a lot of people like to hate on this show, but I enjoyed it a lot. And this is mainly due to me liking the comedy genre more than the romance genre in general. This show is super funny to watch in my opinion. The jokes hits most of the time, and even when the jokes aren't that good, it's still decent. I have seen a lot of people complain about the story of this show being terrible, but come on man, what do you expect from a show that's mainly comedy focused and every episode is like 12 minutes long? It's nearly impossible to make a good anime story out of 12-minute episodes. This show doesn't deliver on the romance part, but it sure deliver on the comedy part very well. This show got me laughing out loud while I was watching it, and comedy anime doesn't usually do that for me very often. But besides the comedy part, this show doesn't have much else to offer really. I think this show was made to obviously be funny and did the job. The reason why I put this show on this list is because it does have a little romance in it, but I wish sometimes they would not make everything a joke. But overall, I like this show. It made me laugh. If you want to have a good time and just laugh, this is probably the show for you. Plus, the show making me laugh, that is something a lot of other rom-com anime can't do for me. I can see why a lot of people hate it, but for a show that is super short, it's very good in my eyes. Guys, my taste in anime isn't as bad as you think it is. Just listen, this is a great show, okay? A lot of people fail to realize how good this show actually is. There's a lot of misunderstanding in this show, and when I say a lot, the whole show should be called Misunderstanding. It should be renamed to Misunderstanding. It honestly shouldn't be called Gamers, because they hardly play any video games on the show. But what makes this show great is, well, the main character looks like Kirito. Man, why do I like this type of show? Okay, the romance of this show isn't great. The comedy is not that great either, but there are funny moments here and there. But when there's a funny moment, it's actually funny, okay? Bro, this show is so cringe, but I like it so much. Alright, I don't like the other characters on this show that much except for this guy. I think the reason why I like this show so much is because of him. Because every impactful moment this show has, he is the center of it. If you just ignore the Kirito ripoff, the blonde hair girl, the shy girl, and maybe her, the show would not be as bad. If you just pay attention to this guy only, the show is actually pretty good. The Kirito dude didn't go through any character development at all. The girls just come flying to him just because. But this guy did. He's genuinely a good person who wants to help others out. And he recognizes his flaws and is willing to improve. And I think he helps elevate the other characters to make the show great. Man, I can't keep defending this show anymore. This show sucks, but I like it. But guys, just trust me, my taste in rom-com anime isn't that bad. I only watch Gamer for that guy. This show actually represents the rom-com genre very well. This show is very romantic and funny at the same time. Pretty much every funny moment is funny, and every single romance part is actually romantic. I love all of the characters from this show, whether it's the fake one, the short one with an attitude, the good guy, the guy that nobody really cares for because he's overshadowed by the main guy, and best girl, aka the other fake one. I swear, she is so fake. She's even more fake than Ami. And I'm a comedy kind of guy, but the romance part of this show is better than the comedy part for me. And all of the characters in this show just seems kind of real as a person, especially Ami. I like her a lot. I know she's fake from the audience point of view, but I like her because I know she's fake. However, if I was any other character in this show and I didn't know that she was fake, I would hate her. And the fight scenes. The fight scene in this show is my favorite part, honestly. If you haven't watched this fight yet, please go watch it. Even if you haven't watched this anime, go watch it. This is something you will put on a top 10 best fight. I would totally put this fight on my favorite fight video if I didn't forget about this fight until now. This fight is 100% better than the 7 Deadly Sins fight, and it's not even close. Actually, I'm not even gonna compare that to this. That's an insult to this fight. The animation for this fight is something you would see out of a shonen anime. The way that they use the objects around the classroom to fight is just brilliant. The camera angle when the two girls were fighting was perfect. The person who thought of this fight was super creative when creating this fight. This is the best rom-com anime fight of all time. No contest. The romance for the show was great, but this fight made the whole whole show for me. Okay, I'll admit it, my taste in rom-com anime is trash, okay? This show is trash and I enjoyed it, especially the ending. If you haven't watched this show, I would highly suggest you not to watch it. It's a piece of garbage.
It's a piece of garbage.
You know what? This video is long enough. I'm done talking because the other two rom-com shows that I enjoyed are complete trash as well. And it will be pointless for me talking about it. It will make my taste look even more bad. I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. Also, here are the 2 trash shows on this list if you're curious. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like and sub later. Bro, why did she have to die, man? Why? Why? Bruh, her dying is worse than summoning Cleve for the 10th time on Genshin Impact. Actually, no, that film would probably be a lot worse, honestly.